Hello, hello, everybody. My name is Melissa from stampwithmelissa.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Minnesota, which is in the United States. And welcome to tonight's mystery stamping night. I'm going to give this just a second to let people hop on. But as you join me, please comment, say hello, and let me know where you're joining from. All right, let's see. Okay, I don't want to get started too fast because I want to make sure people find the video. So just comment, tell me you're here, say hello. And if you are watching the replay later on, welcome to you also. The live video tonight is September 2nd. We're already in September, which is crazy. Hey, Mom. All right, my mom is here, which means that everyone... We're doing mystery stamping. This is new for me, kind of. I have participated in mystery stamping before. Hi, Cher. Thanks for joining. I've participated in mystery stamping before, but I've never hosted it. I think I actually did one like a year ago, but this is the first time like for you guys. So if you're not familiar with mystery stamping, basically how it's going to work tonight is we're going to go through some clues together and we're going to make a card together. I'm going to use very basic, hi Alicia, I'm going to use very basic like printer paper and non-Stampin' Up! Cardstock and stuff like that because I don't want to influence your creativity too much while we're all going to follow kind of the same card outline. I really want you to put your personality and your flair in it, so it's going to be super fun. So before we get started, I did want to say that there will be prizes. The prizes won't be drawn tonight. That's because if people can't join live, I want them to have an opportunity to watch the video and make their card. So you have to turn in your card by this upcoming Monday, September 6th at 12 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So by noon on Monday. And then I'll do a drawing to pick some winners for some cards. So there will be, after this Facebook Live video ends, there will be a post in the event page, and that the event is linked in the description box of this video. So if you haven't marked like going or interested in the event, you want to make sure you do that so you get notified when that post goes live that says show your cards, and then you'll just comment on there and everyone who comments gets entered. So, okay. Hi, Sue. Thanks for joining me. All right, so let's go ahead and just get started. So hold on, let me flip down. Oh, well, I'll tell you on the right-hand side of your screen, you're going to see the clues. And then on the left-hand side is, you'll see like my workspace. So let's go ahead and flip down. There we go. All right. So you can see right here, we've got mystery stamping for September. Super excited. Thank you all for joining me for my first one. Let's move on to clue number 1. All right, so clue number 1 says that we need it gives you all of your pieces that you need. So this was also on the event page, but we're going to run through it. So you're going to need white or vanilla cardstock. It's up to you what you want to use here. So hold on one second. I'm going to move the clues out of the way so I can see my screen a little bit better. Okay, so you're going to need white or vanilla cardstock. There's 3 different pieces. So you need 5 1/4 by 4 inches, 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and you need 2 1/4 by 3/4. All right, then you're going to have a piece of cardstock that is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. And you're going to score it at 2 1/8 and 6 7/8 inches. Okay, so, or what you can do, which is what I did, is I scored it at 2 1/8 and then I flipped my paper like this and I scored it at 2 1/8 again. So that's just the same measurement there. And then you need another coordinating cardstock color, and you're going to have 2 pieces, so 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. And this is 2 1/2 by 1 inch. And then you guys are going to love my patterned paper for tonight. Isn't it beautiful? I made it myself. So these could either be the same pattern or different, but I did label them as pattern paper 1 and 2. And they each measure 5 1/4 by 1 7/8. You'll also want to have stamps, embellishments, ribbon, adhesive, all of that stuff. Yeah, Alicia is laughing, probably at my pattern paper. Isn't it beautiful? Stampin' Up! Should hire me to do their pattern paper. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so those are all the pieces that you need. So I'm going to move some off to the side just so I don't take up all my workspace with them. And we're going to go on to clue number 2 and get our card started. All right, so clue number 2 tells us that we're going to fold cardstock 1, which is this piece, our card base, on the score lines and burnish. Okay, so this is a bone folder. If you haven't used one before, it really just helps to get a nice crease in your cardstock. So I'm going to fold this, and I'm going to use the bone folder to press down, and that is called burnishing, or just, reinforcing the score lines. So we've got that all adhered down. Now, it doesn't matter, which way is up or down because it's the same. And then clue number 2 also tells us that we are going to adhere our patterned papers to the outside flaps. So here are our patterned papers again, and we're going to go ahead and adhere these to the outside flaps. Now tonight I'm going to try to move like quickly because I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I'm also going to try to move slow-ish because I'm hoping that you're stamping along, you're creating along with me, and I don't want to go too fast for anybody. So if at any point I am going too fast or too slow, let me know. And if I am going like way too fast, or you don't have all your pieces ready, or you just don't want to create while we stamp, you can watch the replay. That'll be available on Facebook right after the video ends, and it'll be on YouTube soon. All right, so that was clue number 2. So we've got our cardstock 1 folded and burnished, and we've got our patterned papers on the flaps. We'll move on to clue number 3. And our clue number 3 is to decorate our 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of paper and then adhere it to the inside of our card. Now I'm going to kind of just like kill a little bit of time here while you decorate. But this is the piece that's going to go inside the card here. So you'll go ahead and decorate it. I'll decorate mine too, and I'm going to use a lovely stamp. I'm going to use just a marker and just kind of draw a little bit of something. Maybe we'll say like, happy birthday. But I want to give you lots of time to decorate. So let's see, what else do I want to say? Oh, so I ordered the prizes for this, but they're not delivered yet. And so I will either go live on Monday night and just kind of do a placeholder, to see who wins, or I'll wait till they come in and then I'll go live and show, the physical product. But if you are international, I'm not sure if I have anybody international watching, but if you are international and you're watching, I can't, as per Stampin' Up's policy, I can't give you any physical product, but I do have several PDF tutorials that you can choose from if you win. So don't worry, there's still something in it for you. I just can't give you, the physical stamp sets and things like that. So just know that. And I hope that this is like a design and you guys will love, and you'll use it over and over again. It's so fun. All right, I'm gonna just take up a little bit more time. This is supposed to be confetti up here. Beautiful, right? Okay, confetti, balloons, we got all the stuff. All right, and now I'm gonna go ahead and adhere this to the inside. You can use whatever adhesive you want for most of this. There is one part that will use dimensionals, so you want to make sure you have something like that. But for the most part, you can use whatever kind of adhesive you usually do. All right, so there we've got our piece on the inside. Nobody's typing because I'm guessing you're all quickly creating. So I am going to just keep going. And like I said, if I'm going quickly, you can watch the replay later, or it's pretty simple. You'll totally get it. You'll figure this out for sure. I know it. You're all smart people. All right. So we're going to go on to clue number 4. And clue number 4 is to stamp on our 2 1/4 inch by 3/4 inch white and vanilla piece. And then we're going to adhere it to our 2.5 inch by 1 inch colored cardstock piece, and then adhere it to the middle vertically of the right hand flap. And I'll show you what that means in a second. Now this piece right here, you could put a sentiment if you wanted to. I didn't, because it's going to get a little bit covered up, and you'll see that in a minute. But like I said, it's your card, so you do what you want. But we're going to just draw some more balloons on here. And then we're going to adhere it to that pink piece. Yeah, I can't believe that. I think this is the first time in a very long time that I bought cardstock that wasn't Stampin' Up! Because I wanted to use it just for this reason. Just so I could do this tonight. And I just didn't want to, I don't know, I just didn't want to like sway what you did with yours. So I just decided to go very generic. All right, so I have this adhered, and it kind of moved on me. There we go. I have this adhered down, so you can see that there's an equal border all the way around, or about equal. So I've got that done. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue, and this is the right hand flap, and I'm going to go about in the center vertically. That's what that means. And I'm going to take my glue, and I'm just going to put a thin strip on here. And I would have done it on the back of this piece, but I don't want this to stick where it overhangs here, right? Because this is gatefold, and so I don't want it to stick there because we won't be able to open the card. So I'm going to take my piece and I'm going to line it up to the edge of my patterned paper. So not all the way to the card base, but the patterned paper. And I'm going to lay that down just like that. So you can see that it kind of sticks out, right? Not too much, but a little bit. And that's part of the fun of the card. All right, hopefully you're caught up to me. So we'll keep going. Now we're going to take our square white and vanilla piece. So this is 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. And we'll stamp on it, or in my case, color on it. And then we'll adhere it to our 2.5 inch square of our colored cardstock. And then we'll use dimensionals to adhere it to the middle vertically of the left hand flap. So I'll show you that in a second. First, we'll do some fun coloring. So this is where I would say you could stamp like an image on here. So maybe we do like a smiley face. But then you could also do like a skinny or a smaller sentiment at the bottom or somewhere on the square like this. So, but this you can decorate however you want. This is where I would stick the sentiment if it were my card. So, but like I said, it's yours. Do what you want. And then I'm going to take this and adhere it to the colored cardstock like this. All right. And then I'm going to close my glue. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over, just, you know, a 180 flip like that. And I'm going to take my dimensionals, and I'm just going to use 2 of them. Although if you're a dimensional lover, you can use as many as you want, but you only want them to be on this left-hand side of the flap. This, again, is due to not wanting to cover up the right flap so that it still opens. Okay, so we're going to take this piece. So you can see that there's the dimensionals on the left, and we'll take this piece here, and we're going to have our card closed, and I'm going to line it up like so. So you can see here how I meant that this piece will get kind of covered. When they open it, they'll still see it. Okay, so we'll keep going. So then we're going to tuck the 1 inch panel, which is this one, on the right flap. So yeah, under the 2.5 inch panel on the left flap. Okay, so what that looks like is, because this is up on dimensionals, you can see here that there's a gap, right, between the card base and that piece. So we're going to take our flap here and tuck it underneath. So it's like interlocking, right? So there's that. And mine is not sitting down very well, but I'm sure yours will do better. And then what you'll want to do is add embellishments as desired. So you could add like some ribbon or rhinestones, something like that. You can have fun with it. Do it up. Make it look good. How are we doing? Are you all caught up, or is there anything that I should go over? Are you creating along with me? I want to make sure I'm not going too fast, but I also know that you're creating, so you're probably not typing. So hopefully you're all caught up to me here. And then clue 7, look at, this is the whole basis of the card. So we did it. Yay. So clue 7 is what's going to be posted in the Facebook event. And it says, take a picture of your card and post it in the comments. Alicia says she's almost caught up. Okay, I will just keep talking about something until you guys tell me that your cards are finished or almost finished. You don't have to finish them during the live video, as I told you. And you can make multiple cards too. You'll only go in the drawing once, just to be fair. But you can still enter, or you can post about multiple cards. So that would be fun. So yes, the Clue 7 will be posted in the Facebook event shortly after the live video ends, and it says to take a picture of your card and post it in the comments. And that way you get entered to win fun prizes, but you also, you get to just see everybody else's ideas, right? I think mystery stamping is so much fun because while we all kind of did the same thing here, right? With this kind of opening of a card, everybody's cards are going to be so different from one another. I actually know my mom is stamping along, and she came down and got some stamps from me. And so I actually know what hers is going to look like. Well, not entirely. I know what stamp she's using. But it's going to be so cool to see what everybody does. So, yeah. All right. How is everybody else doing? I know Sue is here. Cher is here. My mom is here. And Alicia's here. She told me she was almost caught up. So we will just kind of wait a second. What else did I want to tell you guys about? Let's see. Oh, you know what? Right now, so it's September 2nd, so we're in our second month of our second celebration. Okay, Sue said she's getting there. All right. So we're in our second month of our second celebration, and that's really exciting because celebration rocks. And I would change the camera back to me, but I want to make sure you guys can see the card in case you want to see anything. So I'll maybe open it for a second. So celebration rocks because you get to earn free product, and there's so many good things. Cher says she's pretty caught up. All right. So there's so many good things in the celebration brochure. There's stamp sets, paper, all that fun stuff. But that does end at the end of the month. So if there's anything on your wish list for maybe Halloween crafting, fall crafting, or even Christmas crafting, you're going to want to consider getting it in September because you can take advantage of those celebration goodies. And because after September 30th, they're just going to be gone, which is so sad. We only get them for like 2 months. But man, it's been so fun to play with all the things. So it's also a really great time to consider joining Stampin' Up! If you've ever thought about that before, because you get to pick out a free bundle on top of the other already amazing deals you get for being a demonstrator. So you get to pick out $125 in product, and you get to get a free bundle for $99 plus tax. And then after that, you get 20% discount on all of your products. And the nice thing about Stampin' Up! Is that there's never, ever, ever any pressure to sell. So I don't know how many of you know this, probably a lot of you. Oh, my mom is done. Okay. But I'll just finish saying this. So probably a lot of you know that I actually joined Stampin' Up! As soon as I turned 18 because I loved it so much. And Sue, who's watching tonight with us, she's actually my upline, which in like layman's terms is like she's my stamping mom. And so I signed up under her, and I didn't make a business out of it because I went to college and stuff. And so I didn't make a business out of it until about a year and some months ago. So maybe a year and a half ago now. Oh, and that's okay. Welcome. You can catch the replay to see what's going on. But don't worry about being late. I'm just glad you're here. So anyway, the nice thing about Stampin' Up! Is that there's never, ever any pressure to sell or, do live videos or parties or any of that. And then if you decide it's not for you, you just become a customer again. There's like no harm, no foul with it. So if you have any questions or are considering it, please let me know. No pressure. I'd love to talk about it with you. All right, let's see. How is everybody else doing? I know my mom is done. Alicia is done. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and flip back to me. So give me 1 second. There I am. All right. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me for my first ever mystery card night. The plan is to do this every month. So we'll do it. It's kind of over a weekend. So we'll have like a Wednesday night or a Thursday night live, and then you'll have the whole weekend to keep creating, or catch the replay if you couldn't join the live. And then on Monday, you'll turn in your cards. And yeah, super, super exciting. All right, let's see. No, sorry, interruption. All right, so yeah, thank you all for joining me. I hope you had fun. Make sure to post your cards in the event as soon as I get that post up. So thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys on Tuesday for my live. Don't forget, if you normally come to my Sunday night lives, they're moving to Tuesday, and so on Tuesday at 7, I'll catch you then. All right, see you guys later.